All right, my loves. Good morning. Happy Saturday. How are you all doing out there? Would love to hear from you. So, questions, comments, insights below, as always. So I'm going to do a quick energy update. I was going to do this yesterday and didn't get on to do this. So we're going to do that. I'm going to do that for all of you, just kind of let you know what I've tuned into in this kind of in between the new moon, the eclipse, the next eclipse, the full moon, all of that. And I also wanted to say, for those of you who are in Arizona, is it not a weird time right now? So here's what we've been experiencing. So I had a really great July. I think probably a lot of you did as well. We had the heat, but it was like the first stages of the heat, of the true heat, of the 110 heat. Okay. Which I love because it detoxes our bodies, my friends. I'm still out there walking, biking. I'm mindful not to allow it to go to the extreme, but like the body is detoxing, the body is shedding. I got really light in July. I had a lot of fun in July. It was just this playful month. And maybe for some of you in other parts of the world, you were also feeling that about July. Okay. But we have entered August, and I'm talking like mid-August. And now we're in what I would like to call the burn. We're in the burn where it's still 110. It's even 113 sometimes. And people are fed up. They don't know what to do in the heat now. They don't know what to do with themselves. And I see this, my loves, out in the world. Everyone is grasping for something outside of themselves to save them. Oh my God, save me. Save me. I see it. Okay. And I've caught myself at times grasping for things outside of myself, like a coffee, like a tea, like a snack, like something to distract, to avoid what was actually moving or wanting to rise within me. Okay. You can only be with yourself for so long before you start going fucking crazy. And that's what I see happening here in Arizona, especially in the area that I'm in. Okay. People are going crazy. People have been inside too long. They can't be outside. It's too hot. Okay. Especially if they're older, cooped up inside with themselves, which, oh my God, some of us totally love that. We know exactly what to do. We write, we work, we read, we work out, take baths, take showers, take naps. But like, we know what to do with ourselves. And there are other people that don't. And you guys know this. Okay. And maybe that's some of you right now, or maybe you've been there at one point in your life. And the going is because people can't sit with themselves. Got it? I know that. Okay. Yes, I was there at one point in my life too. And so being in this burn it's very challenging. Okay. And people want to escape the burn, but you can't. You can't escape it. You can't escape the 113. Okay. And so that being said, yesterday I found one of my friends stranded on his golf cart because he was just out cruising midday, retired guy, didn't know what to do with himself, sick of being inside, and his golf cart stalled. So I just happened to be biking to go meet a friend. And I'm like, Mark, what are you doing? You just hanging out? Like, it's weird. It's 110, it's noon, and you're just, like on the side of the main road. And he's like, no, my golf cart stalled. But if I didn't ask him, I don't think he would have told me. Anyway, so then I'm like, okay, let me go get help. I'm going to the, pool to see if someone's up there. They weren't. My friend, however, was here. And so we went back and basically got Mark and brought him to his house so that he would be in the AC. He had no water. He had no phone. It was just a quick cruise and he stalled out. And he had been there for over 20 minutes. Okay. So yeah, he needed to get back inside. Anyway, so all that being said, my loves, Arizona is really weird right now. And I see why people leave, but also I enjoy the burn. I even said to one of my friends the other day, because we were out walking midday, and he's like, it's too hot to be walking right now. And I'm like, yeah, there's a part of me that enjoys suffering, literally, or thinks that I must suffer in order to get to the goal. I know that about myself. Any of you feel that way? But so if you're in Arizona right now, what I want to say is lean in. Totally lean in. Work on yourself. Work out. Read that book. Write that thing. Start that business. Like, just lean in. Okay. Because we'll get on the other side of the burn, like in 6 weeks. We might all want to, take each other out before then, but like we'll get there. Okay, so yeah. If you're in Arizona right now, I feel your pain. But also I have to protect myself because sometimes when I'm out in the world, people are like, ooh, there's that bright, shiny thing. And they come right at me and I'm like, go away, go away, go away. Anyway, so that's what's happening where I'm at right now. Anyway, all that being said, it's a beautiful thing. And yes, I love the extreme heat and I love the extreme cold. I love the extremes, my friends, because it's like, oh, this is what 113 feels like. Okay, I've experienced that in my life. This is what 22 below feels like. Oh, I've experienced that in my life. Yeah, I ran outside in Minnesota with just a wrap on and my flip-flops at 22 below so I could fully feel what 22 below felt like. Okay. It's just like, oh yeah, I experienced that in my life. I've experienced some of the extremes, not all of them. Anyway, I digress. Let's get to the energy update. The energy update. By the way, like happy weekend. Having a little coffee. Love this time with all of you. Sometimes I think it's more for me than it is for you. But little bit of a rant session sometimes. But here we are. So let's go into the energy update. Okay, so we had all this energy building to the 8-8 portal. If you saw my videos, if you worked with me as a client, if you were in my groups, like the energy building, and I could feel it, right? And I'm very tuned into collective energy, to the universal energy, what's happening here, okay? And so that's why I launched the 7-day portal activation. Other teachers and people and speakers were doing like 4 to 7 day journeys as well with their people. We were all doing it at the same time, okay? And that's how you're tapped into something collective, because you see other people doing the exact same thing at the exact same time, okay? And so that was amazing. And back into teaching, back into working with clients, doing these videos, all the things, okay? Leading up to that 8-8 portal, the new moon, the eclipse, like all the energy was building and then it like exploded, right? And it's just like, I likened it to January. What happens in January after all the holidays, the Christmas, the December, all the parties, the new year, and then it's like January and we're flatlined. Okay. That's what like the last week, 5 to 7 days have been. We've been flatlined, my friends, because all the energy was building, it exploded. And then we're like, now what? Okay. But here's the deal is that we are entering, and I haven't looked this all up, but there is a full moon coming up. Okay. And there is another eclipse coming up, or we're in an eclipse portal. I'm not sure. But what I am feeling the need for rest because, again, I've been resisting it. I've been out in the world a lot, which has been really fun. But you also got to take care of you, pour into your business, nurture yourself, have boundaries. Okay. Pour into what benefits you, what nourishes you, nourish the relationships that also nourish you. Got it? Okay. Love out, love back in. I'm really starting to understand that exchange. I think that was very imbalanced in my life at one point. I gave a lot through my business, through my work, so many free offerings, and I got sick of it. So then I stopped giving completely. And I'm like, everyone can just give to me, period. That only works for such a little bit of time, right? And so now it's like this beautiful exchange. It has to be. And that feels really good. Okay. And as I say that, how is it in your world? Are you giving too much? Maybe you're receiving too much. Maybe you're expecting too much. Okay. From someone who can't give you what you're expecting. Got it? Maybe you're asking the wrong source. Let's just say that. So check in there. And then in this in-between time, because I totally still feel like we're in in-between time, how are you making the most of your energy? What do you need? Do you need to nourish? Do you need to rest? Do you need to go away with your partner on a trip? I think it's a great time to travel right now, my friends. I really do. 2 to 3 days. I have goosebumps as I'm saying that. So I know it's true. Okay. 2 to 3 days away. So like if you're in Arizona, I think of Sedona, I think of Flagstaff, I think of that, the Grand Canyon, those areas. Go up into the mountains, go to the beach, fly to Cancun. Okay. It's like, and like when I scan, go back to Minnesota, no. It's like go up into the mountains of Arizona or go south or go out to California to the ocean. Does that make sense? At least that's what it is for me. Okay, so scan it for you. 2 to 3 day trip. Where would you go? What would you do? Okay. I think that's a great idea for a lot of us right now. Okay, maybe it's a staycation, but like shift it up a little bit. Have some fun, have some adventure while still nourishing yourself. Okay. And then asking yourself, as I say that, where do I truly want my money to go? Where do I truly want my energy to go? Okay. Because we can't just lay around. It's not just like lay around for 2 days. Okay. Of course, if you're sick, like you might need to do that. But if you're not, it's like, okay, this space in between, what should I do at that time? Which means I'm not actively building, is what I want to say. I'm not actively building, but of course I'm still doing my non-negotiables. Of course I'm still showing up for my workouts. Of course that. But can I get away for this 2 to 3 day adventure? Yeah, that might spark something totally new so that when we enter this next portal, which is probably around the full moon coming up, you're ready to then actively build and actively create that new thing. Does that make sense? Okay. So when you're tuned into universal energy, you're going to feel this stuff. Okay. So take a pause. I'm going to turn this fan on. Little bit of airflow. And then are you moving? Are you dancing? Or are you allowing yourself to be open to like the divine inspiration? Right? Okay. So, what else? Again, like I just feel a lot of people reaching outside of themselves for something or someone else. Okay. Let's not do that. Let's be super mindful of not doing that. Okay. Sitting with ourselves. What do I need right now? Of course, you can ask someone else for what you need. Of course, you can. But they get to say yes or they get to say no. Okay. You don't have to provide everything for yourself, my loves. That's ridiculous. But if you ask someone and they say no, okay, cool. Well, am I going to go get that thing then for myself? Am I going to wait? Am I going to DoorDash it? Am I like, what am I going to do? Is that really what I need? Is it my ego or my mind saying I want that thing, but my body says, please no, please just rest, please just cleanse, please just have some lemon water. Like, what is it for you now? Okay. And I'll say that too. Like I was cleansing a lot through July. It felt really good through like the first week of August. And then I'm like, I need food now. My body needs something else now, something different now. Okay. And so, tune into that as well. And can you embrace it? Can you embrace the changing seasons? Can you embrace the burn? Because there is such a gift in being able to embrace it, sit with yourself, heal, understand what's coming up for you, work with it, transmute it, alchemize it. Okay. But don't be taking on other people's shit right now, my friends. Don't you dare take on other people's stuff right now. You can be there for them. You can listen to them. But you have your own stuff that wants to be transmuted, alchemized. Okay. Because on the other side of that, you're here to build. Got it? So again, don't you dare be taking on other people's stuff that is not yours right now. Do not allow people to dump on you right now. Have conversation. Don't take on other people's stuff. You can't. Okay. Especially when you're here to fly, especially when you're here to build, all of that. You can be a safe, nurturing space for others without taking on their stuff. But you also deserve a safe, nurturing space for you. And that, I will just be so clear and so honest with you, is what many of us have been neglected on receiving, have been neglected on having that for ourselves. We've been that for others, but having that for ourselves hasn't happened. It's been a neglect. There's been neglect here. Okay. Whether we've allowed it or refused it or we did not get the nourishment that we needed, okay, from others. We were always the one nurturing, nourishing. Let's own that. Let's take accountability for it. And again, only pour into that which truly nourishes you. Got it? Boundaries, my friends. Standards, my friends. Okay? God does not want you exhausted because there's more for you to do here. Okay? There's something else he's calling you towards, or he just wants you to live a very vibrant, happy, bountiful life for yourself. But of course, you'll share with others. But there are times in your life where you just get it for yourself. Okay? You go get the bag for you freaking self. Got it? Okay? I'm going to keep going with this because I think it's kind of important. But what I wanted to say is I was biking today and the nice guys finish last phrase came in. And I'm like, it's true. It's totally true, my friends. Okay? But there's also articles about being a nice guy versus a good man. Articles about being a good girl versus a good woman, or a nice girl versus a good woman. Read those articles. I might go back and reread them. Okay. You have to be, okay, but you don't have to rip other people off. You don't have to lie, steal, and shield to get what you want. Okay. Eventually the people that have done that stuff, it will be taken from them anyway. They'll lose it. Okay. So you don't have to do that. You don't have to have a hardened heart or any of that stuff. You don't have to turn cold. Okay. But you do have to be bold, courageous, and you do have to have boundaries, and you do have to go after what you want. Okay. Does some of it come to you because you're magnetic, you're radiant? Yeah. But how did you get magnetic and radiant? Oh, because you worked out, because you cleaned up your diet, because you lost the weight, because you kept showing up. Okay. You stopped pouring into others and you took all your energy back for yourself. And that's how the magnetism came back or happened in the first place. Got it? Okay. Be selfish. Sometimes let other people call you selfish. Own your selfishness. It's okay. I'm telling you right now, it's okay. Okay. And maybe you'll see that, oh, it's gone too extreme. I was really selfish right there. And I have to own how selfish I was and correct my behavior. Cool. Do it. You're not supposed to be a perfect human. I'm not a perfect human. You're not a pubic human, perfect human, but we are learning. Okay. And you got to live. You got to live because that's what humans do. Humans live and they make mistakes and they hurt people and they break the law and they get away with it sometimes and other times they don't. And are you judging me? Because I'm not judging you. Okay. And the ones judging got, how many fingers pointing back at themselves. And yeah. Let God be the judge. Okay. Yeah. We're not the judges here. Okay. Where is this all going? Oh my God. Cheers, my friends. Got like 10 million drinks over here. Yeah. Coffee, protein coffee, some tea, and a little bit of water. Anyway, what else do you want? What else should we talk about today? Own it. Be bold. Be so courageous. The passive don't win in this life, if I've seen anything. My moments of passivity have been some of my most cringe moments that I look back on when other people were able to do what they wanted and I didn't speak up about it or whatever that is. Okay. And now as I'm saying that, it's like, don't own your shortcomings online. That's another thing, my love. That's very freaking true. The minute someone knows your weak spots, they know exactly what to go after for sure. Okay. So I don't necessarily agree with vulnerability in leadership. You have to be careful with all that, I think. Okay. And you're strong and other people know you're strong so they can feel your energy. So just freaking own that. Okay. You don't have to play weak. You don't have to play passive. You don't, whatever. Own how strong you are. Okay. And that you're kind and that you have a caring heart, but like not everyone deserves that either. Okay. You can gatekeep and have boundaries around what people get from you or the parts of you that people get access to. Okay. All right, my loves, you're beautiful. You're human. Your experience is glorious. How can you make it even more glorious today? What's the thing you want to write? What's the thing you want to create? how many push-ups do you want to do, but like create today, create something today, my loves. Okay. Like we're powerful creators. So create something today. That's really important because it gets all your juices flowing, your life force energy, like all of that, my loves. Okay. I think that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for being here. So again, this is just a little energy update, telling you what's going on in the location I'm at. Arizona is fucking weird right now, but we're moving through the burn and here we go. So make the most of your weekend. Tune in. What do I need for this weekend? Maybe it's fun. Maybe it's play. Maybe it's adventure. Maybe it's rest, nourishment, all of those things. Maybe it's a little bit of a cleanse, a couple workouts. Like you don't have to chase the things outside of you. I see so many people doing this, chasing. Okay. I've been there too. And I know when I'm there and I'm like, I have to pull back because that's not it, my friends. Okay. You have what you need inside of you. And then it's just to develop that. It's to cultivate that. It's to create that. Got it? You deserve to live a very bountiful, beautiful life here. That's what God wants for you, for every single one of us. And yet sometimes we resist it, we push it away, we suppress it. Don't suppress parts of yourself to make other people comfortable. Never, ever, ever suppress parts of yourself to make other people comfortable because then the right people won't be able to find you. That is something I so had to learn along the way as well. Okay. So again, thank you for being here. Much love, many blessings. Always love to hear from you. And what are you creating today? I will see you again very soon. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. Thank you for being a part on the Substack. And I'm going to post my one-on-one link below so that if you are interested in a session to get more clarity, to get more wholeness, to get more fullness in your being, reach out to me. I am clairvoyant. I am intuitive. I do energy work, energy scans, all the things, my love, coaching, and it is well worth your time, your energy, your money. So I would love to work with you. I'll post the link below and I will see you all again very soon.